All righty, we'll give them one more minute so we can start on time. I won't miss anyone that's planning on being here exactly at 5:30 or
I got the job. I got the job. I got a job. I got the job. I got the job.
If real shows ain't producing, it ain't fake.
Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. You know it's live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the high. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. I'm putting in work. Y'all getting faded. I'm on time for my check. You boys late. If I say I want a promo, they gon' pay. My family straight. I'm getting paid. I'm highly favored. Resume layer. I just went and grabbed my suit. You know it's tailored. I need some cream in my coffee. Love that flavor. Leave some snacks up on my desk. Vanilla wafers. I got a meeting coming up. I see you later. It's nothing personal. I'm all about my paper. Oh, you don't got the right skills. Can get this flavor. If you really about your biz, put it on paper. We pay our taxes. My bees hacked. If it do not got our stamp, then they hacked you. We certified while them other companies acting. Go ahead, send it $30. Get it cracked. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we date. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the high. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. Come be a boss. I got the sauce. They let you go, then that company took a loss. Yeah, 25 bands, 55 bands, 75 bands, 100K advance. Come get these increments. Baby, you be working. This increase worth a Birkin. Make them pay because you worth it. You're impressive, that's for certain. Secretary was a clerk. Saw my raise and went berserk. My new resume, it worked. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the high. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. I got the job. I got the job. I got a job. I got the job. I got the job.
If real shows ain't producing, it ain't fake.
Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the high. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. I'm putting in work. Y'all getting faded. I'm on time for my check. You boys late. If I say I want a promo, they gon' pay. My family straight. I'm getting paid. I'm highly favored. Resume layer. I just went and grabbed my suit. You know it's tailored. I need some cream in my coffee. Love that flavor. Leave some snacks up on my desk. Vanilla wafers. I got a meeting coming up. I see you later. It's nothing personal. I'm all about my paper. Oh, you don't got the right skills. Can get this flavor. If you really about your biz, put it on paper. We pay our taxes. My bees hacked. If it do not got our stamp, then they hacked you. We certified while them other companies acting. Go ahead, send it $30. Get it cracked. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the high. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. Come be a boss. I got the sauce. They let you go, then that company took a loss. Yeah, 25 bands, 55 bands, 75 bands, 100K advance. Come get these increments. Baby, you be working. This increase worth a Birkin. Make them pay because you worth it. You're impressive, that's for certain. Secretary was a clerk. Saw my raise and went berserk. My new resume, it worked. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm
right. Hey, bees. Welcome to Be Ready to Skill Up Without Starting Over. Basically, today our focus is going to be breaking down how certifications can get you bigger paychecks without necessarily going back to school or starting over. So we want to talk, we're going to keep it real. We're going to do plain language, but it's going to be action packed. And by the end of today's live, you should know exactly which certifications to map to your current skills and pay bands. Okay. So if you're serious about earning more without losing momentum, everybody drop ready in the chat and let's go. Okay. All right. So today's focus, as I said, is going to be certifications because they map cleanly to role upgrades and different pay bands. So a lot of times when you're seeing, the certifications come up and you're kind of like, what, I've got my master's, I've got my bachelor's, what good is that going to do you? Well, I can tell you certifications, there is a real difference between a certificate, a certification, and a license. So let's go over that so we can kind of get a clear understanding as to what you need. And again, drop ready in the chat if you're ready to find out. And let's get going. Okay, so now a certificate. A certificate is like a short training, proof of skill. A lot of times when you're on a job and they take you through some sort of training or some sort of assessment, you'll get a certificate. That's something you can print out and put on the wall. And that's like a completion badge. So look at a certificate more as a completion badge. Now, certification, however, is an industry recognized exam and it's ongoing, and a lot of them, depending on the level of certification, can be renewed. These are the big value credentials, and these are the things that raise salaries. Okay, so and a license, there are many different types of licenses, and sometimes depending on the profession, state or government jobs, a lot of times they require different licensing because they're based on different compliance issues and different protocol based on what type of organization you're going to be working with. But state or government, that's a permission to practice something like, say, nursing, teaching, sometimes some of the social work, the LCSWs and things like that. So those are basically just giving you permission to practice in certain arenas. So for purposes of you leveling up without having to go back to school, get other degrees, certifications are the sweet spot. They're recognized, they're renewable, and they're respected by employers across different industries. And the certifications are targeted skill proofs that unlock higher paying roles. So that, without you starting from scratch. So, in plain terms, they are industry recognized exams that show you're ready for the next level and you're ready for the next step. Who certifications help today? Just about everybody. Admin, customer service, teachers, project managers, and federal Bs that have been impacted by the different rifts that are going on. So remember, think of a certificate as training and a certification that says, I've mastered this and I'm going to keep it current. So if you want a higher paying role without resetting your career, make sure you drop ready in the chat. Okay. So now I want to ask you, Bees, did you get all of your certifications list and transferable skills checklist in your Google Classroom? Because we need you to fill both of those out before class in the workshop on Saturday, because that's what we will be building on during class in the workshop on Saturday. Okay. So let's talk about some quick wins by different backgrounds, from roles to certifications to target roles and why they pay. So Bees, take a minute to type your current role in the chat and see if, as we're going through these roles and different matchups, if you can actually see the certification that fits your path, your career path. Okay. So I want to share some pivots really quick for you. If I can get my screen together. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. So now, when we look at some different career mergers, we're talking about the real numbers behind different types of pivots. Okay. So I want you to be able to look at the screen and see what type of role you're in. So we look at, if you see the call center account specialist, a lot of times people think, I'm call center. Why would I need a certification? Okay, well, the certifications actually are going to fit up with your transferable skills, whether you are in, data entry, customer finance, reporting, Excel, whatever you do. Call center employees really get a lot of times the short end of the stick, because in their minds, they're thinking that they're kind of stuck. That's the only thing that they can do in call center is, answer the calls, maybe move up to a lead or something like that. But nothing could be further from the truth. For one thing, you've got some great customer skills out there. And so, you want to make sure that you're looking at these certifications that can increase your pay and get you to the top, to that next level. So, I want you to look at these roles and see if you can see your own.
Oh, Joe, the bees are responding in the chat. We have bees responding in underwriting, customer service, educators.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Dominique says she
Okay.
is a financial paralegal.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. Let's look and see. We've got some sales reps. We've got some social workers. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see. Professors, admin, paralegal. Now, with the paralegal, you've got your, compliance, contracting and compliance and procurement types of certifications that can definitely send you over to the top. And look at these jumps. If this is around, say, if you're a paralegal and this is around your salary band that you're at now, by taking these certifications, you can very easily jump to this level here, very easily and higher. I've seen paralegals jump from legal to procurement manager, and these certifications don't take very long at all. This is a very short certification that can kick you up very quickly. Look at some of the clinical therapist types of certs. Customer success, that's one of my favorite roles of the decade. You can take the coaching from BOTJ. We've got some project management tool certs. All the different types of things, positions that you can transition into by having this experience. And whether you're on the customer success side, for a client that has some sales-based roles, but you may be even on the implementation side for like a SaaS company. Okay. So, it's a lot of different things that you can go into from these types of roles, getting these certifications. Okay. Look at the substitute teacher. They can get a learning management, an LMS certification, instructional design, do some different boot camps. These are really, really quick certs, and we've seen them double their salaries. So these are the kind of roles that, you can definitely have now and jump up within a matter of days, no more than a couple of months. I think one of the longest certs that we've looked at on here that have had them jump up, 4 to 6 months. But these are a lot of different roles that some of you are actually in. How many of you, drop in the chat a big yes if you are ready for Saturday, and if we're going to see you in class on Saturday. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the presentation. Okay, B. So we want to. The next thing we want to talk about is, I don't know, the presentation is doing some craziness right now. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I wanted to go into this screen too, because I wanted to show you guys sometimes, how you can transition with your original resume that you were in, that you got before you got the Black on the Job resume. And then after you took a certification again, and some of the really, really intense upgrades that we have seen some of our Bs get. So, these are some of the things that you were doing. You might have been, leading customer success, and working in that type of field. And then you went into a different certification. You may have added some AI certification. You may have, leveraged some predictive analytics to support, the different roles and that you were going into. You may have designed and delivered some onboarding and digital adoption for training. You may have done a lot of things, to try to level yourself up. But before you got your certification, you may have been in this salary band, but we have seen upgrades of 6 figures or more. So just wanted to kind of give you an idea.
Oh, Joe, it looked like you got a lot of bees coming in on this Saturday. They got ready everywhere.
I see that. I see that. And I'm so excited to see that because we've got a lot of things that we're going to be going over with the bees to let them know, how they can transition without having, as I said, to get another degree, but also, getting those certifications that pay the big bucks. And we want to make sure that you understand that how the certifications are going to match to your, to your skill set, to your transferable skills, because that's what's important. A lot of times people are taking certifications and they're not able to say, hey, I'm just taking a certification. So that's why this Saturday is so important, because during that time, I'll be able to give you, the actual process of how you can determine which certifications you need to take to level yourself up to these kinds of salaries. Because these salaries are doubling. And when you double your salaries, I always say that's life altering. That is truly life altering. So, okay. So let's get back into the presentation here. I'm having some trouble with the presentation, getting it back. Hold on a second.
And honestly, it's them certifications that be messing them up, because without the certifications, many times they don't know which one to take or when to take them.
I agree. You're absolutely right. And so that's why
bees, y'all see we got Admin Joe back up in here today, y'all.
That's why we got to make sure.
Y'all, so y'all can learn y'all something.
That's why we got to make sure that we are, letting the bees know on Saturday their transferable skills. I'm going to be pulling up your transferable skills, and I'm going to be letting some of you see. We may not be able to hit all of you, but I'm going to hit as many as I can to kind of let you see what you can do, what you can go into, and what certifications you need to go into. Okay, let me get my presentation back. Hold on just a second, guys.
While she pulling that up, which certifications which skills do you guys want to able to transfer? What skill have y'all had that y'all like, I just don't know how to transfer this one? Which one do y'all think is the most transfer over? Big Zoe, I see you. I see you ready. Big Zoe said, I'm ready for the big bag, not the little one. I feel you, Big Zoe. I feel you, Big Zoe. Okay, yeah, we ready for the big bag, not the little one. Now, some of y'all put service all in one bag. How many of y'all do that? Y'all be like, my skill is customer service. And customer, 4 different bags. We got communication, we got project management, we got logistics, we have analytical skills. Okay, C-Core, program management. Oh, yes. So some of y'all with customer service, Admin Joe just gave y'all a hint. Her favorite one is customer success. Y'all leave it up to Joe. Every customer service is successful to her. She throw you in customer success so quick, it ain't even funny. Okay, that's the one I'm like, damn, Joe, another one.
I'll tell you, because they got all this good customer experience and they don't realize what it's doing for them. Esther, I need you to drop. For some reason, guys, I lost the presentation. Hold on a second. Esther, if you can drop me a link so I can pull it back up. I don't know where it went. But while I'm getting that, and Sin is right. When you are in customer service, I don't care if you've done call center, I don't care if you've done waitressing, if you've done things at the restaurant, if you have done, whatever it is, guys, you really need to know that your customer service is not just about helping people. It's about, you've got those transferable skills, you've got knowledge, you're able to go into different roles and take these certifications where you can literally level up and double your salary. So, you know, I don't want you to ever think that all you can do with customer service is just, you know, help people like you've been doing, because you've earned a lot of skills that these companies are looking for. So now next I want to kind of go into some of the different salary jumps. We've let you see some, but I wanted to kind of speak on some of these project management, admin, some of those business tracks and those talent tracks that you can get on and certify and do more than one type of industry role. Because in the workshop, we're going to map your role to 1 to 2 of your highest ROI certifications. And so I want to make sure that you guys have an idea of, you know, hold on. I'm waiting to get a link so I can show you guys the presentation again. I don't know what happened.
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, pull it up because I can't see. I'm gonna stop sharing. You pull it up on this end because I lost the link. I can't see it.
Okay.
So, but okay. So, for example, if you are, say, a admin assistant, okay, and you can very easily take a certification, you know, an ops certification to become, you know, an operations project coordinator type of role. You can jump into a CAPM, you know, a PMI. You can jump into a PMP. And once you do that, you'll be able to, again, double and sometimes triple your salary because you've got that project management. I'm being an admin, they do project management anyway, all the time. And so, you know, that's going to let you be able to see how you can leverage that money, double and triple your salary. For example, if you, an active CAPM employee with a CAPM certification, with that project management certification, you know, I've seen them make upwards of 6 figures after that with a job, getting a job after that first certification. So if you have that project management skill set, and you've been an admin, or you have been, you know, a project manager or project manager assistant and haven't quite got the certifications down pat, you know, you definitely can go into that CAPM or that PMI. Say, for example, if you're on a business and change track and you are looking for a CBAP type of certification, the exam is about $350 to $450, and you do have to maintain some of these exams. But once you get that certification and you continue to renew it, I'm telling you, you know, 6 figures is nothing. You know, we've seen them jump up from, you know, making 58, 60,000 to making 125K.
Am I on your right screen, Joe?
In their first.
I'm on your right screen, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. I'm having to rejoin because I don't know. It's just I lost the whole thing. Okay. Can you guys see me?
No, I got your screen up. I got the what makes a cert pay the big bucks screen up. I got you.
Okay. There we go. I hear an echo too. Okay. Sorry, bees. It's acting up. All right. So, some of the relevance, you know, the transferable skill amplifiers and the market signal gatekeeping. So we want to find out before you jump into any certification, we want to find out, you know, does the certification map to your lever? Does it map to what you're trying to make? Does it map to your, you know, your risk, your speed, the time that you have to be able to take these certifications? You know, is it a fit for you? Okay. We want to also make sure, you know, is it amplifying your transferable skills? You know, it should always amplify what you already do. You're not starting over. The goal is not to start over. The goal is to amplify what you're already doing. And so, you know, teachers, you want to go into those, you know, instructional design, to those learning management. Call center reps, you want to go into, or customer service, you want to go into analytics, implementation. A lot of those SaaS companies, they're looking for people with implementation and customer service. So social workers, you can definitely pivot into change management without getting any further degrees. Those certifications are going to give you what you need, to be able to amplify your skill sets, use your transferable skills, get to that next level up in skill set and career position and bag. Market signal and gatekeeping. We want to make sure that you realize before you take a certification that you're taking a certification that has recognizable accreditation. You want to make sure that you're taking something that's recognized in the industry, and you want to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck. Make sure you understand the renewal terms. Do I have to renew it every year? If so, how often? Sometimes it's 1 year, 3 years, kind of just depends on what you're going into. But just make sure that you are getting certifications with recognizing bodies, okay? You can change next screen, next slide, Sam. Can you switch to the next slide?
Yes, I got the screen. Esther just sent me the other screen I'm supposed to be clicking on, girl.
Yeah.
She told me, she's like, girl, you ain't even clicking on the right screen. Talking about you clicking.
She's
okay. Y'all know MSN
we good. Mine just disappeared in the night. So, okay. So I want to talk about, we looked at some of these roles. So how many of the B's did some of you recognize your current role on this slide here? Because I know there's a lot of you that I talk to all the time that are in these types of roles all the time. Whether it's sales reps, social worker. I get a lot of social workers that talk to me about the Prosky certification as well. That Prosky certification, it is one of the most coveted certifications that you can have when you're talking about change management. Just make sure you get one that's, reasonably priced. But that certification there, that opens a lot of doors. Trust me, a lot of doors. I see employers all the time asking for that certification. And if you're, the LCSW or behavioral types of social workers, you take that Prosky, you're in there. You talk about 6 figures and up. We had some paralegals this evening, that are on here, and you can very easily double your salary with some of the more compliance, relevant certifications, some procurement. And paralegals, you guys need to understand, everything you do is compliance and regulatory. Everything you do. So anytime you are looking for those next levels, take those certifications that are, compliance related, regulatory related, procurement related, all of those. And so, we're going to talk about a lot of roles on Saturday that you will see that you may not have even realized that you could do such a salary jump or double your salary just with the skills you have. And we're going to do some samples. So whoever those lucky bees are, they get their transferable skills looked at on Saturday. You'll be able to.
Joe, what I found out too, though, like you said, with that Proceed certification, because it has so much project management in it, I see a few of you guys asking about the Certified Associate in Project Management. Many of those who get the Proceed certification, because it has project management in it, they move further in project management than those even with the project management cert. Have you saw that too, Joe?
Absolutely. I have. And see, a lot of people think they need to do both, but you don't. If you've got that Prosky, you are in there, because when employers are asking for that, they're looking for people that are going to go to that next level, and including project management, but it's project and change management. So you're actually doing both, which is fantastic. And that garners you a lot higher salary, honestly. So, I want to talk a little bit about our federal bees now, because if there are any bees on here tonight, that are either used to be federal or are federal now, or kind of came out of a federal role, or were involved in one of the RIFs, type Fed ready, and Sunny will send you a private invite link, because we do plan on having some specific federal workshops and industry labs that are going to talk to you about how to transition out of that federal space, how to realize your badge or your skill set, your transferable skills, and how they line up.
They all federal. Lord, is this all federal bees on this live? Dang.
Oh my goodness.
They all typing federal in the comments. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Now,
we definitely
Joe,
got
they were
y'all.
asking, and I told them I was going to ask you. Some of the federal bees were like, so should I come to the workshop this Saturday? Will I be able to figure out?
Yes, absolutely. You guys really need to be in there with all these changes that's going on in this place up on the hill. You know, because we're definitely going to be talking about that federal transition. I'm going to be giving you some ideas on what you can do, how you can identify the transferable skills, which is key. That's important. Nothing is more important than you looking at, you know, in the federal and military world, they call it badging, but looking at your transferable skills and badging them up, matching them up with how you fit into the corporate world. The language is going to be a little different, you know, but I can tell you what is not different. You know, you're going to be able to apply, and what's not bad, I'll say, what's better. You're going to be able to apply in the corporate sector, and you don't have to go through those GS steps. So we're going to be talking about getting you out of that federal world, going straight into the corporate sector, not going through GS steps, you know, getting that, being able to negotiate your salary, which is something you can't do in the federal world. You can negotiate in the corporate world, and you can also negotiate benefits. So all of that we're going to be going over. So there will be a section on Saturday where we'll be talking about you. So you federal bees need to make sure that you are there, because I'm going to be doing a couple of transferable skills for a couple of the Fed bees too, just so you can get an idea of where you are. Okay.
Khalidra, you ahead of us, girl, asking all the questions. Is there going to be Fed bees said they want their own? I hear y'all.
You're going to have your own. You're going to have your own. But we're gonna also have some good nuggets for you on Saturdays too, Khalidra.
Khalidra said, I'm federal, honey. I'm used to having my own plate, girl. I feel you, Fed. Now,
So
what I've been finding out,
listen, Khalidra,
and it sounds, what I have noticed, federal bees, y'all listen up. Federal bees that are transferred into corporate, they've been telling me this layaway paper was the best piece of paper they ever gave a bee. I said, they getting some salaries over there. That Uncle Sam wasn't treating you right, baby. They've been like, Uncle Sam, I want to be with Auntie Corp, okay? Our Uncle Sam, they didn't switch sides. They don't want to be on the daddy side no more. They don't want to be part of the daddy family no more. Right. They moving over.
You want to be on the auntie side. You want to be on the auntie side. So we're going to be on the auntie side.
Okay, because you can negotiate over there. And the thing is that federal bees, let me tell y'all the truth. Joe, I'm going to let them know the truth. Let me tell y'all the truth. When it comes to federal government, let me tell you what corporate America think. We don't know what the hell y'all doing. Y'all just be doing what y'all do. Yeah. We don't know what, as corporate CEOs and executives, we just know y'all get the job done. So federal have always been seen as the coveted employees, like the government getting the best of the best. So now that y'all done buzzed out of that hive and y'all floating around, a lot of companies are snatching y'all up like beekeepers, and they trying to snatch you into their hive real quick. So,
and I can tell you, I talk to companies saying every day, when I deal with companies that are looking for ex-federal employees because of the regulatory knowledge that you have, because all of you work within a stringent and strict compliance industry. That's what federal is. They're looking for federal bees. So, don't miss the opportunity to be picked to get your transferable skills done on Saturday. But we are definitely going to do a separate federal shop. We are going to do a limited capacity workshop, and we'll be covering mapping of your strongest federal skills to the private sector. And so, but the details will only be released to the bees who sign up. So make sure that if you're current or federal, be or have been or God forbid, got into that RIF situation. And so I know if they're giving y'all them nice checks, put some of that check aside so you can get you some details and some transferable skills. Get that federal resume crunk up and get that, you know how I always talk about the BOTJ ribeye resume. Get that ribeye resume done. I'll teach you how to put that A1 on it and, you know, and get it going.
Because what I have noticed with the federal, like Admin Joe said, 99.99% of you guys have regulatory compliance, which is already considered strategic leadership. So roles, so we've seen people who are doing, let's say, customer service in the Fed, right? HR in the Fed. All of a sudden they go to corporate and they're first ones in line for a leadership position. They're not interviewing at entry level. So if you're federal on the call and you're thinking, oh, if I'm a federal B, I got to start at the bottom in corporate. That's not what's happening. They taking from Fed and they trying to put you way on top of the hill, okay? They're like, you was on that hill before, you're going to die right here on this hill. How much you want? So federal Bs, you guys have an advantage that I ain't going to lie, corporate Bs, y'all are not outbeating Fed on Fed when it comes to a role. When they come in, they coming in very strong. A lot of times, y'all know how y'all do. Y'all get you a good government job. You ain't never left. So your work history is strong and consistent, right?
Which matters.
All of your stuff is forced. If you got to do any type of recertifications, you better, right? So you have so many additional benefits that we're not even thinking about. V, don't hype me up, V. Don't be hyping me up.
I was just ready to ask her, girl, what kind of makeup you got on?
Don't hype me up, Viv. Viv, don't you do it to me, girl. Don't bring out my dimples.
Y'all, she done went over to Hong Kong and did some stuff. I want to find out. Let me find out.
So I just want y'all to know.
They got some stuff over there. But no, for real, honestly, yeah, we definitely are going to do a specific. No, it ain't just you. I was checking it out too, Tiffany. She done something. I want the 411. But honestly, though, you guys, we really are going to be going over some federal stuff this Saturday in class, and we're going to do a separate federal workshop that's going to piggyback off of the information that we are giving out on Saturday. So, you know, just make sure, you know, you are there. Don't spend, I know y'all been, them riffs hit you hard, you know, and I know you've been going to Red Lobster and you've been on Amazon and you've been doing a lot, but put some of that money aside to get you to the next level and to pull you into corporate America, because there's a lot of things out there, federal and state. All of that kind of comes in one package, Josephine, because a lot of the federal Bs do very well in those government contracted and state and county roles. And so there's a lot of those out there, especially now with all the transitioning that's going on. So all of that's going to be covered during, you know, at the same time. So just know we got y'all. We know what's going on the Hill, and we know, you know, all of the stuff. I've been doing federal many years, and this transition from the types of classes and workshops that I usually teach, because now we're bringing you out totally. We're not going to be talking about leveling you up in the federal world. We're talking about bringing you out totally, aligning you in the corporate world and letting you see, you know, that those transferable skills and how to speak to them. One of the most important things is when you're going into the corporate world, some of it's foreign, because especially those Bs who've been in the federal role, some people came out of high school or came out of military, went straight into the federal world. And so just kind of helping you with that lingo to understand how to translate what you do. The biggest thing you have to do is give them the vision of how your federal skills translate over into the corporate world. So we'll be doing all of that. And state and county, all of that. I group all of any type of government related role. I kind of group them all together. And so you'll get that information as well. Okay.
Now on Saturday, especially for my corporate girlies, we're going to make sure, Joe's going to make sure she's going over every single thing you need to understand your skills, what certs you need in order to make sure that you're positioning yourself. It's not like olden times, y'all. I don't know what's going on. You know, now that I'm in my mid-30s, I got my mid-30s glow. Okay. But it's my mid-30s glow, y'all. I've been waiting for this day. A lot of people don't like to age, but I like to age. It let me
Yeah, I
know.
do too, him,
Okay.
because some of them
But
ain't
yeah,
here
go
no
ahead and
more.
drop
So
your
yeah.
questions for the workshop this weekend. But our biggest thing that we want to make sure is we say skills pay bills, including Joe's skills. Joe's skill paying her bill too. You know, Joe ain't on here for free. Joe's best skill is teaching you what your skill is. And that's what this workshop is about. It's about understanding your skill, knowing how to align your skill with high paying roles, and knowing what certs will boost that skill up. Many times it's not you, it's your resume. It's not you, it's your lack of knowing who you are. Y'all be looking at some of these salary increases in the group and y'all be like, well, what did they do? What we did was they had a career coach and was able to map out how their skills align. So
Right.
this workshop is truly for those of us. If you're looking at roles and you like, well, I don't know what a role to apply to. I just search by title. If that's you, then you should be at the workshop. If you are the person that's saying, well, you know, I see so and so, my cousin, my auntie, and them, they were working at the same company I was, and all of a sudden they moved over here and got this high salary. I don't know. That's for you then. Because many times you just need guidance. That's it. You don't know what you don't know. And you have so many skills. That skill merger list, our skill development, the information that we show you is based off the data. Okay. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And so
Right.
when we are looking at the data and we're saying, okay, how many of our bees, when we're looking at this right here, at the skill merger, you want to know how we got to this? We said, okay, Admin Joe, when you talk to your social workers, your average social worker making 53, how do you get them to six figures? We looked at all of the ones we transferred over. We saw that the best ones were going into change analysts. We saw her average time of transferring them, which was 19 days. And we saw that they're the ones that were getting to six figure the highest. So that's how this data comes. Y'all looking at our data sheets, to be honest. That's why we have these real numbers behind our strategic pivots. So if you are looking to pivot and you like, I'm in that call center, girl, I don't know what the hell. Y'all remember when Wells Fargo had that situation back in the day? That's where most of our data came from that situation when y'all was messing with them folks' money, okay? And so we looked at y'all and said, well, what do we do? And we moved you guys over. And so this is where this data is coming from in the average amount of time, right? This, as you guys can see, went down for our HR coordinators, the ones that we're doing in DEI. It started taking longer. Why? Because our current government don't like DEI. But we still had to put the numbers here because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So if you see your title on this screen and you like, I want this salary, my salary this, I'm looking for this over here, admin saying, then I should see you on Saturday. If your salary over here, you a teacher, you like this me, I want this to be me, then where should you be? That makes sense?
Yeah, yeah, and like Sin said, it's you've got to take advantage of what I like to call the recipe. The recipe, bees. I can tell you there is a recipe to this, and there's a formula that can get you to the next level, and it is, and you can write it down so you can kind of marinate on this recipe. Your current strengths, plus add at least one high signal certification, plus sprinkle in your targeted role language, learning that role language, that transferable skill language to give them the vision, your current strengths, a high signal certification, and the targeted role language. That is the recipe to cooking that bigger offer. You're going to get that bigger offer faster if you've got those three components worked in together and partnering up with Black on the Job to make sure you got that ribeye resume, to make sure you've got those transferable skills down pat. And our transferable skills alignment list that we give you with those career coachings, those are invaluable. I can tell you, I've had bees come back and say, when I was in my interview, just having my transferable skills notes made me confident in being able to, translate how I fit in this role, and they're able to speak with confidence. But if you don't have that, if you don't know how to get that employer to tell you, to ask you, hey, so give me an idea of how you think you'll fit in this role. If you can't give them that, if you can't translate that, they're going to be a little apprehensive. So those career coachings, and this workshop is going to be able to give you that confidence to say, okay, I'm going into this interview. I know how to tell them what I can do. I know how to tell them how I'm a fit in this role. So those are the things we will be going over on Saturday to get you to double. My goal is always to hopefully double the salary, because doubling the salary for me is where I know that it's going to be life altering for you. So if I can coach you and guide you and partner with you into that double your salary recipe, that's what makes my day. Because it's one thing to make, I know that's right. All them bosses be getting on your nerves, but that's why it's time for you to either level up within that current role or pull all the way out and level up and go after the bag in another company. But I'm telling you, those are the things you guys need, and those are the things that you will learn on Saturday. And we are going to be having, as you bees might have heard, we're going to be having some industry labs. So once we do the workshops, we're going to be having those industry labs, picking out specific industries that the bees are recommending and that the bees want to see. So that's right, Jate. It's time to move the needle and grab the bigger bag. So, we're definitely going to be going over some of those ways that you can do that on Saturday. You guys have to remember, like Sin said, this is real data. These are proven data. These are proven numbers. That are going to let you see what you need to be doing and what you're not doing. I want you guys to think about three recurring tasks that you already do. So 3 things that you do in your job right now already. And think about those, and think about how we can map those. Bring those Saturday with you written down, because we're going to talk about those tasks, and we're going to run some team stand-ups, and we're going to see if you know how to translate those tasks into some skill sets to move you forward. So think about those. Write down 3 recurring tasks that you do all the time in your current job, and bring those with you on Saturday so we can look at those and say, okay, you do this every day, and I can show you how you align to a different type of role, a level up role, using those 3 skills that you do on a daily basis. So, I definitely want to make sure that you guys are there on Saturday. I want to make sure that you write the things in your workbooks that we're telling you, because in workbooks, that's some serious stuff. If you did get your workbooks, make sure that you write down what I've asked you to write down in, and bring that to you to class with you on Saturday, because we want to make sure that we go over those things and answer any questions that you have, so you can leave really feeling like you got what you came for. Really feeling like that you haven't hit a wall now. Really feeling like that you know where to go from this point. Okay? So we don't want you to lose any momentum. So let's make sure that we're going to start out with you guys coming in on Saturday. We're going to finish up with you attending some of the industry labs that we're going to be running. You're going to also be partnering with us to get these services. Get this. If you have not had a career coaching, you have got to get that done, because the career coaching is going to explain those transferable skills to you on a level that's individual outside of the workshop. And so, just taking you to a place to where you probably didn't even know you could go with your skill sets. Also, our interview prep. Once you get that resume, that ribeye resume, and you have done that interview prep, you'll be comfortable to go into that job interview being able to explain those transferable skills. So, we just want to make sure that you're ready on all fronts. So if you got your certifications list and your transferable skills checklist in your Google Classroom, fill both of them out before you come on Saturday, because we're going to be building on those. We're going to actually be building on those on Saturday. Okay. So we got some of your current roles in the chat that you guys put in. You guys have seen some of the ways that you can level up some of the some of the skill sets and transferable skills that match some of those jobs that you guys are already in. Those of you on the call are already in. And some of them, like I said, you know, you may not have seen yours, but we will be able to get into a little deeper dive. You know, we can't get into all of your skills in this hour, but we'll do a deeper dive on Saturday and pull up some of you that didn't see your skill sets or your current job on that chart that we showed you today. Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
You're so
We're
welcome.
so grateful to Joe. So Joe is going to be expounding on everything she just taught us today, this weekend. So we're hoping to see everybody in class this weekend. And we also have an important announcement. Our blog B for this week is Marissa H. You get a free ticket to the career workshop this weekend. So please message the Black on the Job page, and Admin Sunny will get you all squared up. We're very excited to see you in class. Are all our FedBs signed up? Because before,
we have a lot of FedBs on tonight.
Yeah, we do. We do. Thank you so much for your time, Joe. I know you're saving the bigger money for us this weekend.
I didn't hear you. Thank you. You guys are welcome. Hey, Big Zoe, you're welcome. I look so forward to seeing you in class this weekend, Bees. All righty.
All right, B.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.